so mean, you guys.
We got to start eventually. Hello, everybody.
Welcome to the WK Burnouts studio. I am Christina.
And I'm Dustin.
And the meanie behind the camera is Alan. Okay, Dustin.
Yes.
So we talked about a list of discount offers that General Motors has available.
Mm-hmm.
Today, which one are we talking about?
We're going to talk about the GM Military Appreciation Program.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Because this is just another way of, GM saying thank you.
Yeah.
To all of our service members. And it's not for everybody.
No, it isn't. But it is for those of you that were, let's see, it's Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Coast Guard.
Correct.
And the qualifications would be anybody that's active.
Yes.
Anybody that's retired. Anybody that's, what else?
Veteran.
Yep.
Yeah. Reservists.
Yes.
And National Guard.
National Guard too. Okay.
Yes.
That covers a lot of bases. That's a lot of different people that could qualify for this.
Absolutely. And the vehicles that it qualifies for is more open than the educator discount that we spoke about last time.
Yeah.
Yes.
The military goes a lot more broad.
Yes.
It doesn't just target it to what they think, school teachers or educators drive, I guess. I don't know. You can use it on a lot more stuff.
Yes.
Military discount.
And it does change, over it may stay the same for 6 months, and it may change. So right now, select make and models, you have an extra $500 special offer that you are able to qualify for. Now, to qualify for this special offer is something that I think most all military across the board uses for any kind of verification is the ID.me.
Yeah. We learned this. We thought it was just a General Motors thing.
Mm-hmm.
We're like, man, they came up with a fancy site for, getting all this. Well, turns out,
Mm-hmm.
and it kind of makes sense too, because it's the paperwork that it requires you submit to have your military authorization. Probably, it needs to be secure stuff.
Absolutely. Yes.
So they use this ID.me through the gmmilitaryappreciation.com website.
Yes.
That's how you verify your identity as a military member or retiree, or whatever the case may be. So in some cases, we found people had used ID.me and already had their stuff uploaded and ready to go. They just never used it to get a GM military authorization before.
Yeah.
So it was way easier when they go to gmmilitary appreciation.com. They log in with ID.me and then it's like, okay, here's your authorization number. Boom.
Yeah.
So, some people have already signed up or signed up with it. If you haven't, it does have some probably a little more stringent than the other discount programs, things that you have to provide to get that verification. What are they?
Some of the documentation that you can provide is your leave and earnings statement.
Yeah.
So if you're active, you're going to, it has to be within the last 30 days. You're going to have that information. Your retiree proof of payment. Yes.
Yep.
And then your so we've been back and forth on this.
Yeah, a little bit.
I say it's DD 214.
It is DD 214. I don't know.
Tell us in the comments.
Yeah. Is it DD 214 or DD 214?
Yeah.
Yeah. Military members are very specific in the way they say numbers, like 0500, right? So we don't want to mess this up.
Right.
But that's what it is. That's one of the things that you can use to prove that
and
verification.
And there are other things you can upload, documents that you can upload, and it'll give you a list of that on the website that'll say what's authorized for your uploads for documentation, because that is out of General Motors' hands, out of WK's hands. That is all verified through the ID.me.
And a little bit different than other discount programs. You don't bring that stuff in to us. We don't keep your DD 214 on file. None of that stuff. That's why they use this site. But we can help if you've got. I totally get it if you don't have a scanner or the camera or the capabilities. Right? If you need help with this stuff, we've got all sorts of cameras and scanners and things so we can help you get that profile made on the ID.me. So
because it's not difficult. It's just if you don't scan things, you don't upload things, it's just not.
Yeah. You're going to be like, huh?
Yeah. You're going to be like, what
that's
do you want me to do?
That's what you got friends like us for.
Yeah.
Do stuff like that.
We can definitely do that. Now, when you make a profile in your ID.me because you're going after your authorization code, understand that your authorization code, once you receive that, is good for 90 days.
Yeah.
So if you're just kind of piddling around and not real sure, what vehicle you want, or even if you're going to purchase, and if you're just curious how much the discount is, or if it's on a specific model,
if the vehicle qualifies,
you don't have to apply for your authorization code to find out that information.
Yeah, you don't have to go all the way through the process. You can just look at how much it is and what it qualifies. Yeah, the eligibility first.
Yes.
And then because, once it comes down to it, you can do it like, especially if you have your profile set up already. You can do it in 2 minutes at the desk before you go into the finance department.
Correct. So remember that. If you're not ready yet, it's okay. You can scoot around on that, on that website to find out, answer your questions. But don't apply for that authorization code until you've landed on a vehicle.
Yeah, a little bit further down the road.
Yeah, because you get 2 a year.
Yes, and this 2 a year thing, we've talked quite a bit about this. You can, as a military authorization number obtainer, you can sponsor your spouse.
Yes,
you can't sponsor your nephew or your child. Even you can sponsor your spouse.
That is all. Yes,
that is it. But the way it means by sponsor is you don't have to be on the title to the vehicle. You don't have to be on the paperwork. You can sponsor just your spouse.
Yes.
And so if, Bob and Betty was in the military and she doesn't want to, put her name on Bob's truck for some reason or the other, well, she can sponsor Bob and give him her discount. But that just goes to spouse. Again, just another one of the things with all the different discount programs, how they work. And also how they work with other discounts is something to keep in mind as well. We've talked about stackable, which means you can take this one and add this one on top of it. Just keep stacking. It's like stacking coupons, right?
Yeah.
They don't let you stack too many things, but military stacks well with most all other incentives, except for, of course, incentives that are given based on other forms of employment, like if you had an educator discount, if you were a teacher and you had military, you just have to pick one. Because you can't stack both of them on top of each other. But if you've got, special financing or $1,500 rebate, you can stack your military on with that, no problem. Yeah,
absolutely. And that is something that is also, you will hear me over the last few videos, if you've watched GM rewards, you can stack them with your GM rewards.
That's a great thing. Yeah, you can stack that right up with your rewards points.
And if you're not familiar with what GM rewards, is, definitely go back and watch, because
that's a good one.
It's worth
floor mats. I'm telling you, have so many floor mats. You'll be like, this is great.
I better have some floor mats for Christmas.
You very well might. I don't know if I've got them in both of my vehicles. I either need to get another vehicle to get more floor mats or find something else to buy with it.
Well, service does all those service tickets you've been building up. Then you better just don't be spending your rewards until you've got enough
gifts
saved
for
up for me.
Yeah.
Me. I'm the friend.
Well, that friend, just one friend.
But another question that whenever I was going through and kind of looking, that I feel like may get brought up is this able to be used on an ordered unit?
No, that's a fair question.
Yeah. So if I go on and I order my Yukon XL Denali Ultimate, because that's my new favorite vehicle.
Sure. Yeah.
Since I was in that the other day. Didn't know I needed that.
Nope. Not until you sat in it.
Yep. But that is something that definitely to check into. Don't think you can't, just because it's an ordered vehicle.
Yeah.
But
yeah. And the thing to remember, as we've talked about before on ordered vehicles with General Motors, the incentives that are available when the vehicle arrives at the dealership are the ones that you can use.
Yep.
So when you place your order, it has this interest rate financing and this rebate and military and all this, and 6-8 weeks from now,
when you order,
those incentives may be different. So, but good thing about military is it really is probably our most consistent discount program we have.
Yes.
Even when stuff has like no rebates, usually it has military. It's not on everything.
Right.
But it's really, really close. It's one of the most consistent ones.
And any questions you have, one, of course, you can, reach in and ask for any of us, but the website, the GM militaryappreciation.com.
They're actually really well laid out. Good, frequently asked questions. I mean, we're pretty much just reading that website to you.
Yeah. I mean, it is. I, printed the stuff off because I am so much better at having a piece of paper in front of me than looking, through the website. But it is, everything is on there that
it really does a nice job of laying it all out. But we're here also for real human interaction.
Yes.
If you have questions you want to send our way, send them on.
Yeah.
See if we can help.
I don't know if Grumpy Alan is going to help very well. I'm just kidding.
What is it? He's giving hand signals, Christine. I'm not sure what that one is.
Alan is very thorough, and Dustin and I aren't as thorough as Alan is, and that is why he gets grumpy.
Maybe a little bit. But hey, I think we thoroughly covered everything in the GM Military Appreciation Program.
I think so.
Do you think? Okay, good.
Yeah.
That's sweet.
Well, we sure appreciate, your all support. And if you know someone who is military, in the military, active military, retiree, veteran, whatever the case may be, please share with them. Never know. They may be looking for a discount. Yeah. They may take you out for lunch or dinner. Save them a little money. You see my wink?
Yeah, that was a wink.
Anyways, guys, thank you again. And we will cruise on by and pick you up next week.
Thanks.
This has been a WK Burnouts production.